T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
I feel the triggers. I feel the triggers, ladies. I do have a panel coming up of all women coming up very soon, May 6th. So stay tuned and stay tuned for that. But today we're going to give the fellas a chance to really speak their piece and talk to us a little bit about their requirements, their desires, and their needs from our ladies, right? These are all men that are looking to be husbands one day, and they want wives that are going to be good fits for them. So they're going to talk to us a little bit about what they're looking for in their queens, right? Ain't that right, y'all? Ain't that right, gentlemen? Yes, Lord. So thank y'all for being here with me today. So let's get into it, y'all. I want to first introduce my guy, Ty the Guy, my friend, confidant, and life coach.
Yeah. You know I need all of that.
There we go, Lord. Ty the Guy, everybody. Thank you for being here. Ty the Guy, I appreciate you.
As always, I appreciate you.
I know you have a lot to offer today, so I'm excited to hear from you.
Yeah, I'm gonna let the fellas do their thing though today too.
We all gonna do our thing as a team. We on assignment today. They don't even be knowing. We be on assignment. I be recruiting. Okay, they don't even know. Welcome to the team. And then of course, we also got Derek in the building. One of the podcast kings.
What's going on, y'all?
Thank you for being here, Derek. I know you got a lot to offer to the conversation as well. I want you to know I absolutely love your energy, okay? Your masculinity, all and the beard, okay? All that good stuff. All that good stuff. Yeah. So thank you for being here. Can't wait to hear from you today. Yes, and then of course, we got Mr. Roy in the building, Coach Roy. Thank you for coaching the youth, Mr. Roy. And thank you for just being a friend to me. I certainly appreciate you and all that you do. We got Mr. Roy in the building, ladies. He is single. I'm trying to auction these fellas off, okay? Trying to auction them off, y'all. We got some good men in the building. So, y'all know we gonna get into it today, right?
Get into it.
We definitely finna get into it. I ain't gonna get too much in y'all business.
Remember, I ain't single no more.
You're not single no more? It's pending. And he's actually dating exclusively.
Yep.
But none of these men are married, right?
That's where it counts, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
None of these men are married, right? So I want to know why. Why aren't y'all married, right? We are at that age now where we certainly want our wives and our husbands and all that good stuff. So I want to know why y'all aren't married. Now that question will be answered. Look, you ready to be on the mic? that question, right?
Why y'all not married?
Right, because I know some ladies at home like, yeah, why we ain't married? No, calm down.
Stall him out.
Yeah.
all I'm out there.
Those questions will be answered in the midst of y'all answering other questions. Amen. So I will say right now, I will ask you this very general question. How is dating going for y'all? Roy, I'm going to start with you.
Man, dating is crazy for me.
Crazy should not
yeah,
be the
because-
first word you go into.
No,
Go ahead.
it's liberating. It was a eye opener for me. You know, I went from thinking that I wanted to date to realizing that I really wanted one particular person, and I didn't realize I wanted that person. Of course, so cliche until that person wasn't there.
Ooh.
Literally, like you know how somebody can leave, they come back, but like physically, mentally, you feel that it's over. You know, when you get in the acceptance stage, and I was like, wow, I don't want my life to be any different without this person. So, you know,
Can I just ask you something real quick? And honestly, this question is for all of y'all because I hear that a lot when it comes to men.
yeah,
That once they lose a good thing, then they kind of show up in the role,
yeah.
you know, of that
We have to
husband.
go through that. That's a lesson.
Why
Because
though?
how else? I mean, how else are you gonna figure it out? It's nice to get it on the first time. It's nice when you say we can hold each other accountable and say, "Hey, brother, don't do that. This is the route it's gonna go." But as men, we're gonna have to bump our heads. But it's nice when we're coachable and we can listen to
Coach
somebody that we
Roy.
know that has that knowledge and that has that experience. And it's nice when you can take heed to it. But most of the time we don't. So we just have to bump our head a few times. That's all.
Okay.
Sometimes more, some people more than others.
Okay.
So, you know, thankfully, you know, hopefully this is the only time I had to bump my head.
Amen to that. Amen to that. Now, I will say, it is fair if y'all do bump y'all heads, right? That lady doesn't necessarily have to allow that to occur, right? She doesn't have to
No.
continue the relationship, right?
You could lose.
Exactly. So then if that is the case though, do y'all bring all of the newness and everything that y'all have learned into a new relationship with a new woman? Or you know what I mean?
That's tough. I'm gonna let y'all answer that because I know where my answer is.
You said, do you bring it into the
Yeah,
new?
so
Yeah.
if you make a mistake, if
Uh-huh.
you cheat, if you mistreat her,
Uh-huh.
and then she leaves, rightfully so,
Uh-huh.
as she should leave, ladies, don't stand
Uh-huh.
for nothing, okay? We and then ain't nobody got time, Mr. Ty. And then, she decides you try your very best. You're like, I've changed. I'm a good person. I'm a good man. I'm ready to be everything that you desire in a husband, and she decides not to continue the relationship with you at that point. When you start a new relationship, are you bringing everything that you've learned? Are you bringing all of that into the new relationship?
You got to bring the new things that you improved on into the new relationship. That's the reason why it's a lot of women that feel like they prepared a man for another
There you
woman.
go.
Because and a
There
lot
you
of women
go.
that feel like, okay, when I was with you, it took 6 years for you to propose to me. This woman, it took you 6 months. That's because you got older,
Right.
and you supposed to improve. So every relationship you're supposed to get stronger and improve. You don't supposed to get worse.
See, my only issue with that is a lot of women have that kind of mindset. Like, I done did all this. I done built him up and helped him with all this and that. And so they are sticking around. Not y'all, of course, but they are sticking around and they're continuously giving, a man chances while they're being hurt in the process.
I think it goes both ways. I think both people can build each other up. No matter who walks away, you both kind of
That's
gain
facts.
from the relationship. But I feel, me personally, that was one of my fears, was to go right to the next relationship and give somebody else everything that this person deserved.
Yeah.
It's like, you deserve that, not a new person. Just because I want to make these changes,
Right.
that's fine, because you got to be able to hold yourself accountable. Me personally, I don't think I would take those changes into a new relationship.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest. It's like, okay, I was willing to
They
change
have to
for
be
that person. I
right.
was willing to do that for that person.
Right.
So you saying she got to earn it?
That's what
Not
I
only
was saying.
earn it,
Uh-huh.
you can be like, okay, I need to move like this. I need to move like that. No matter what the situation is in life, you will see that correction is needed. But are you gonna, if she won't hold you accountable, like that prior person knew that this correction had to be made. It had to be made, or I'm not going anywhere. So you did it to keep her. Versus a new person, it's like, I don't have to do this. This person doesn't even know about these indiscretions. They don't even know about
But you don't
this.
want to bump your head
Yeah,
again,
you don't.
Lord.
But like we're creatures of habit. Just because we want to change something, don't mean we will. You know, versus being held accountable. Hey, if you want me to stay, you're gonna have to change this. Oh yes, baby, I'm gonna change.
But
it
I
right
do
away.
understand learned behavior.
Yeah,
you know, especially
tough.
you losing that person and you kind of correcting yourself and coming to terms and being like, okay, I never want to lose this person
Big
again.
compromise.
So I'm gonna be everything that I'm supposed to be as a man and as a husband.
Yeah, just
I
a lot of
love
action.
that.
Don't have to be a lot of action.
Yeah.
You know, that's just like a person telling you they love you all the time, but you don't feel it.
Yeah.
I'd rather feel it than hear it.
Man,
Ooh.
whoa.
You get what I'm saying?
both.
You got what? I need a clap. Where
I need both.
Where the clap
I
at?
mean,
No,
yeah, but if
feel
I
you.
only can have one, I want to
No,
feel it.
I agree.
Yeah,
I
no,
agree 100%.
but see, I come from a family where we didn't say that I love you words.
We didn't
That's
either.
just-
We didn't
That's
either.
tougher. When we walk out, you're gonna say, Roy, I love you. And
I've
you
said
gonna-
I love you
yeah,
to
and
all
you gonna
y'all.
put the pressure on me. It's gonna be like,
So-
I love you too. And it's tougher for
Yeah.
people that's like, I don't just use that word loosely.
Yeah.
Right.
So if I got a constant, I love you, I love you, I love you,
Right.
every time we greet or we dismiss from each other, it becomes forced. I want it to be organic.
Yeah.
I want it to be natural.
And it'll make you feel awkward
Mm.
because you're not used to
Gotcha.
that, but you felt it at home.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a yin and a yang. Like you can't have one without the other.
Yeah.
I always told people, I remember being in a current situation, I was saying how I'm not really caught up in all the time how I feel because feelings are temporary. And there's going to be sometimes, especially in a relationship, where you're not even going to feel the love. You know what I'm saying? But you have to know that person love you. Sometimes we just go through things, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of how you identify. So I always say, okay, I know how I feel, but what I know, and I'll move accordingly. So it'll be a lot better.
Is that just a man thing? Because I feel like for the women, we're always going to we're emotional creatures, right? That's how God created us.
Yeah.
So I feel like we're always going to feel the love, but I can understand for men that maybe I don't know. Is there a switch? Like I don't know.
Not really, because y'all want us to be tough. Y'all want us to be masculine. Y'all want us to be protectors. And we want y'all to be nurturers. We want y'all to be loving. We want y'all to express the love that y'all want us to express. But then if we express it too much, then we're clingy, then we're overbearing, then we're controlling.
Depends on where she
You
is
know what I
in
mean?
her journey.
So it's
with
like
that.
I'm super affectionate. I'm super clingy. I love to touch. I love to cuddle. I like to be all up under whoever I'm with. But at the same time, you know, it's like some people may not be affectionate like that. You know, everybody's level of affection and comfort is different. You know, you might not want nobody all up under you. Your arm might be limp. You might
Ain't nobody got time.
Yeah, no, my arm gonna fall off. I'm cool. You can just lay there. Like, so it's different. So it's like I think we expect y'all to be more nurturing and affectionate. And I think it's okay for men to be kind of standoffish about our feelings as long as we express it, as long as we're showing you. We don't have to say it. But if it's different if you're not getting it, he not saying it or not showing it, then you just you know, it's a big difference.
And I think
But
that
some
probably
people have to hear
happens definitely in marriage over the years.
Yeah.
Because you've been married. You're the only person at this table who's been married before. So you can contest to that. And I think that takes a man of integrity to honor their commitment, you know, and to really kind of work on things. But for me, if it ain't working, if the love ain't there, you know, it's a no-go for me. But I'm always going to make sure he feels the love. You know, that's how I'm never going to be in a situation where it's like just a partnership only. And I won't be able to function like that. I'm too much of a lovey-dovey. It's not gonna work.
Yeah, it gotta be. Yeah, it gotta be like you said. It gotta be genuine because we say this all the time. There's so many people that's looking for help instead of love.
Exactly. And it's a lot of men that's
so
looking for mamas.
You would know that.
You
would know that
women
if
that's
you
looking for daddies.
Yeah, you would know that if you're in a situation where things go wrong and you tell her, you know, you can't do something, and she tell you like, well, this ain't gonna work, and you like, so if we together and I tell you things bad right now, don't you supposed to help me figure out how we gonna?
She'll fold.
I never had to deal with
She'll fold.
Yeah,
that's tough.
Times like that reveal a person's character, and it reveals if that person should go into your next season of life or if they should not. I remember you sharing a testimony about your ex-wife. You want to just give us just a little bit about that before we go into this dating game?
Me actually being married. Of course, before being married, I was wilding, young guy doing music, touring.
Ty wilding, y'all.
Oh yeah, it's called change. So I was wilding, touring, doing a lot of stuff industry wise. So I had a lot of access, and when I've gotten married, everything was cut. So It was like 100% focus. I'm locked in on you. This is what I want to do. We was already together for about like 8 years prior. So we had one daughter at the time, and then we had a son once we was married. During the marriage, I've lost everything, financially, everything. I'm talking about debt, everything hit. I was taking care of 2 households, my household, my sister's household. So we just went all under one roof so I can have everybody around. It was kind of a lot more easier to kind of manage both situations. During that time,
Man
it
of
was more of
integrity, Lord.
and during that time, it was more of like I'm putting in work everywhere. I'm applying, doing what I got to do. But it was just like that, not that support, you know what I'm saying? But it was a lot of mouth, but it wasn't no action behind, you know what I'm saying? Especially with the definition, you know what I'm saying, in terms of a quality that a wife would possess, in terms of being a helpmeet. So almost 2 years of being set down, but God took care of us. Being set down, it was like once I got up and God finally opened those doors and I started walking through, I realized that I couldn't bring her with me. Just surely based off of when it was that season of us losing everything, it was, if it was any moment to show me that you had that wife mentality, that wife heart in you, it should have been activated in that moment. It's been times I cried on my knees and things like that, and she didn't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? It was just that pressure as a man. So I felt like if I was dealing with it alone, I might as well be that alone. So I ended up choosing to walk away.
Partnership, y'all. Partnership. It's so important in a union, right? And it's not just about the man offering his efforts. It's about the women stepping up to it as well. So before we get into the dating game, y'all, which is simply a set of questions that's just going to prompt conversation, right? I just want to ask y'all have the floor today, right? Y'all have the floor. So I just want to ask y'all, like, what qualities are y'all looking for in a wife? Ty, the guy.
That's a general statement because, of course,
It's
we got this
general,
list.
but y'all should. But y'all, I feel like y'all should know.
Right.
There you go, because I feel like you should know. Because what are you looking for if you haven't identified what you're looking for?
Right.
Six. Give me the old Tyler guy. What you looking for? And then give me three more you used to look for in a woman, and 3 more now throughout the changes what you look for in a woman.
Definitely. In the past, it was the nurturing factor. Of course. 2 was just the love in terms of like how she had displayed with everybody around her. The 3rd one was the consistency behind it. Now I'm looking for virtue, kind of another form of wisdom, but for women, dwelling in that femininity in its highest form. I understand the value in that now. Number 2 is understanding. That was one of the major things that kind of what the battles was in my marriage a lot. And the 3rd one is still consistency. Like, just show me who you is. I don't care if it's good or bad. Just show me. That way I know.
You've always said that. Even hanging out as friends, you was always just like, be you, do you. And I'm like, I am.
Either way it goes.
Yeah.
Past or present, them pretty good quality.
Yeah, pretty.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Agreed. All right, guys. So y'all agree with the same? Do you have any more to add to that?
Yeah, it's basically the same. Loyalty, consistency, and communication for me. That's basically the same. Basically what he's saying.
But there's so many women that offer that, but they still don't line up with y'all.
Right.
So many women that offer that. Like,
That offer that?
Yes.
Is they offering that like nonstop?
Yeah.
Or is that something that just offered in the beginning?
What do y'all feel like deters a woman from that though? Let's
people get comfortable.
Okay.
And some people don't do it on purpose. Some people just get comfortable. You with a person so long, you start to feel like they locked in. They ain't going nowhere.
So out of all of the women that y'all have dated, have y'all all run into that comfortability stage?
Yeah, that's tough.
Or they're not.
Because that's when you could that's when the actions speak louder than words starting to come into play. You get comfortable and then the actions start to fade.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Everybody did. I even did it.
Yeah.
You get comfortable, but not on purpose, on accident. And sometimes it takes for you might have a woman that might tell you like, hey, baby, we ain't been nowhere in a little while. You say, you know what? I'm tripping. Let me make some reservations. Let me get something going.
It take work. It take work to, like you said, getting comfortable. If you with somebody, no matter X amount of years, at some point you have to realize she might be getting tired. You might get tired. You don't want a chink in that armor. You don't want to even allow it to be any room for anything other than that happiness. But for me, let me go back because I don't want to skip.
There you
This is
go.
funny.
There you go, Mr.
No,
Roy,
the
Coach
past
Roy.
3 things, I promise you, this has always been me in life. And this is crazy because I feel like if I'm going to entertain you, then you obviously supposed to be there. If we can engage in conversation and have a good time, for me, it's a good time. If we can have fun, you basically my best friend. Your partner should be your best friend. So for me, it was car, job, house. I figure with those 3 things, you have to have some type of responsibility about yourself. You have to have some type of work ethic. You have to. Everybody can different walks of life. You could be anything. You could be raised by different types of people. Anything.
Right.
But if I didn't have to provide those things, if I didn't have to give you a ride, give you somewhere to sleep, and financially take care of you, we'll figure everything else out. I was one of those go with the flow type of people because, of course, now I want that nurture. I want somebody that wants me. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is really want me, to show me you want me, and really every man wants to be taken care of. I didn't realize that.
Absolutely.
I don't like making my plates. If you cook, I expect you to make a plate. If I cook for you, I'm gonna make your plate. So it would be nice if I start the laundry, you will finish the laundry. You know what I mean? It's like, it's certain things that we want to be kind of taken care of. It's like and it's okay to say that. But for me, that's really, I just want a woman that want to be a woman and that wants her man and has no problem saying she wants her man. You know what I mean? It's like not trying to fight everybody, but it's like, I want that dude. Like, no matter who in her DM, who in her inbox, it's like, I want him, and she really want her dude.
Right.
You know, and that doesn't fade.
And most women aren't like that. Most women are like that as far as most women are not cheaters. Most women are not.
So what happens?
Their
then?
attention is not elsewhere. And
so
that's what we get.
So what happens then?
I got y'all, ladies. I got y'all. Hold on.
What's most? 99%?
How do it go bad and then they stay?
Okay, so this is what. Wait, what?
Yeah,
I'm not on trial here.
What's most? 99%.
But really, what I want to know is because I truly feel like y'all, the ladies with our feelings, and feel free to put your sweetheart in your canoe.
We probably just take it with us.
Okay,
on camera, it go everywhere.
She got a spell on it. The first one eat it gonna switch all the way up and talk agreeing with everything she's saying.
I do like that song, but no, feel free to enjoy.
We're
some
try her
vegan
cupcakes.
vegan cupcakes
And fruit tarts.
Chocolate, yes. But my question is, because I do feel like women naturally possess those traits that we are all speaking of. So what may deter a woman from providing that to a man?
Her hurt, her trauma,
Damn.
everything in her past.
Damn.
So do you feel like let's get to it. Y'all got the table. I know,
They give their heart to the
I'm
wrong
here
person.
to listen.
Or at the wrong time.
So
like women will love you, and we honestly could be the ones that tear them down. We'll be the one that it don't be their friends, it don't be social media, it come from like the enemy come from within or the next closest person to you. Mm-hmm. So it's like,
which is why I feel it's so important for the fellas to hold each other accountable, because it's all a cycle. It's just a perpetuating.
No, you was
cycle.
right. Remember we had a discussion about this.
Yes, we did.
And you right, because if it's somebody close to you and you can see them about to bump their head, or me personally having went through some stuff, some trauma, like recently, it's like, bro, don't do it.
Right.
Like,
and a lot of us didn't have that guidance when we were younger. So I really think we should be that for each other today. A lot of guys didn't have fathers. A lot of women didn't have, really good moms, so we should be that for each other. We should
you'll be surprised how
it
changed your friendships. You'll be surprised how it changed your friendships.
Exactly.
Different conversations start to arise.
Builds that togetherness. Yeah. And when you do correct a person, put respect on it. Like, bro, I see this from you, but I'm seeing this right now. You know what I'm saying?
Because nobody want to be attacked. You got to watch how you approach somebody.
Exactly.
Nobody want to be told when they doing
received.
wrong.
Yeah.
I won't even receive it properly. Okay. So, all that good stuff. Yeah. I love these conversations. Ladies, I hope y'all are listening up.
You didn't tell us why women, like, why do it turn bad? Why do they stay after it's broken? How do women get comfortable? How do you think like a woman can stay in a broken relationship and still,
a lack of self-love? And then, as far as her staying and she's continuously being broken or mistreated,
and to the point to where she starts to take on the traits of the man, she starts to cheat.
It's definitely a lack of self-love, and eventually If you stay in it long enough, you begin to believe it. You know, if a man is abusing you with his words and speaking down on you and all this and that, eventually you kind of become that. That's why, ladies, you do need to get away from that. Yeah, for sure. But it's just a lack of self-love. Some women have hurt men in the past, then they end up with a man that's hurting them and they think they deserve it. You know, or they didn't have that love from their parents and they feel like they deserve it, all type of reasons. And I call those men predators because a lot of times they're looking for women like that, you know, that's going to
take it.
Yeah, exactly. And ladies, that's why we need to be our sister's keeper and really speak to them like, sis, I don't like how he's treating you. Like, sis, this ain't that. Sis, I love you. A lot of women, I'm just saying, a lot of women do be haters, and they'll sit back and allow that woman to get mistreated. Like, that's her. You know, she take it. That ain't got nothing to do with me. It has absolutely everything to do with you. And please, 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 please understand this principle. Everything that you dish out comes back to you. I promise you, God created the universe. There are certain principles that are in place in the universe. Gravity is one of them. Okay. You cannot get away from it. So all we have to do to clean the dating pool, all we have to do to clean a whole bunch of things is just hold ourselves accountable, right? You know what I'm saying? When we see something, it's our responsibility to speak on it. And all that good stuff. So, yay!
He done cut all of your sounds.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if the sounds
You over there struggling. That's why the third time.
I'm like, right, exactly. And that's why I'm doing my own sound effects. Like, yay! I'm about to start beatboxing in a second. Okay, hooty hoo. So, fellas, do y'all want to offer any additional advice to the fellas out here right now as far as what to look for when they're dating? Any advice in any regards at all before we get into the dating game? Yay! I don't know, y'all. I don't know.
Y'all want to go?
Yeah. Seek quality.
Oof.
We live in a day and age today that there's a lot of quantity over quality, which makes a lot of quality rare right now. So the most important thing that I've learned is even why I'm doing things the way that I'm doing it now, after leaving a marriage and healed during that process before I even jumped back into considering dating and relationships, was to allow time. Allow those qualities to show themselves. The more you allow time, the more you get to see how that person responds and react to life, and even to themselves, to you. And that's important. It kind of gives you an idea on what it'll be like once y'all start coexisting and dwelling together.
That's good. Drop a bomb for Tyler Guy.
Right.
I will say real quick, someone said you must know there's boundaries in relationships as well. What boundaries? This is from Latoya Bradford. Hey girl. What boundaries would y'all say are in a relationship?
I mean, just common sense boundaries. Don't do unto others as you don't want them to do unto you.
Okay.
Or what you can't, don't do what you can't do in front of me.
Facts.
There we go. I like that.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we are one. To me,
Once you gotta
am.
do something like this,
We
you
are
go
one.
somewhere and kind of.
If you wouldn't do it in front of me, it's not accepted.
That's good.
But
That's
mine
good.
is
That's good.
more so know what you want. I feel like a lot of times we start to believe our own game. We get so used to saying it, telling it to different females, this and that, so we start to think that's what we really want. Like, if you really don't want a relationship and you just want the security of a relationship, but deal with multiple people, say that. You'll be surprised what women would allow you to do it.
Ooh.
So if that's what you want to do, say it. It's
Right.
okay to say I'm not ready to be with one woman.
for
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's okay to
Roy.
say that. Say I'm a great guy. You're probably gonna fall in love with me. I'm probably gonna fall in love with you, but I'm not ready to be with one woman. And life will be so much easier for a lot of people. Simple as that.
Because that is so true.
Just say
There's
it.
a whole bunch
Say
of
I'm a
women
great
that
person.
would
Say I
be
was raised
okay
by a
with
single
that.
woman. I know how to treat a woman. We're gonna have a lot of fun. I'm a great gift giver. You know what I'm saying? Your family is gonna love me. But I'm not ready to be with one woman. If you say that, you will save yourself a lot of heartache, a lot of pain, a lot of hurt, and somebody else too.
Yep. And you'll stop that cycle of hurting the good women out here that are, well, I'm not gonna say good women, but the women who just want to be with one person. You know. So but ladies, don't do that. Don't do that.
Energy need to be reciprocated, you know. And if once you get into something, I feel like it's nothing wrong with having something private. It just can't be a secret.
Yeah.
That's good. That's real good.
You gotta show me y'all.
Yeah, yes. Shout out to Brittany PV. She said, "Hey guys," and Latoya Bradford. She said, "Exactly, fellas." When it came to boundaries, Latoya Bradford also said, "Good energy, reciprocating good energy." So yeah. So let me ask y'all this real quick, because I know this is also kind of general. But do you feel like you're responsible for making your queen happy?
Yeah. I mean,
Most people would say no.
No,
but
I would say no.
I knew more. I knew more. And
Yeah.
I
I ain't
agree
gonna
with
say
both.
100 I ain't gonna
I
say
agree with
100%.
both.
I mean, because people fight like they own issues on a daily. You really
Right,
you
that's
can't be
true.
a mind reader. That's like the biggest thing. It's like you could be trying yourself. You could go buy her this, take her there, do whatever you can physically and mentally and verbally to make her happy.
Right.
And if she's going through something within herself, there's nothing you can do. You can put a
Right.
smile on a person's face. You can distract them from whatever that they're going through, but you won't make them happy. You can try. It's your goal because you would want them to do the same thing for you.
Right.
So yes, it's your goal to try to make them smile, to make them have a better day,
Yeah.
to engage them in whatever they need to be engaged in. Yeah, but I mean, you got to be. It has to come within. If a person, you have to be happy to make somebody happy, and they have to be ready to receive it.
Amen. I
So
agree with
I
that.
could be irritated, and you could be trying your best to be positive, and I'm like, dude, leave me the. I want to hear that. I want to be upset. Stop trying to motivate me right now. I want to be mad.
Listen, ain't nobody got time
I'm
for
just
you,
saying,
Mr. Roy,
bro.
because we done
I
had
wanna be
these
mad.
conversations. Like, Shell, you be too
Yeah,
positive.
you
Like,
too
anybody.
positive, bro. Let me just soak in this negativity
get-
for a few hours, and then I'm gonna holler at you when I need you to pick
Right.
me up. Man. I know you got it.
And I
Right.
got
But
to.
you-
I got
Yeah,
to.
you might be cool if you trying to check on me once or twice. But some women will keep
Yeah.
coming trying to. You doing a good thing, but you kind of irritating me at the same breath because you keep bothering me. If I tell you like, I'm cool, ain't nothing wrong,
Yeah.
and then you steady 10 minutes later, you cool, you all right? Yeah. And then 10 minutes later, you short. Hey.
Now, yeah, that's
now I'm
annoying.
gonna be like, hey, go in the room.
Some people
Like,
need
please,
that space. Don't first
yeah.
of all, don't ever tell me to
Yeah.
go in the room. It's gonna be a problem. I'm gonna tell you right now.
I'm just gonna leave.
But
I might be like, man, listen, you gotta.
no, but I agree. I agree that you need to allow each other to have that space, and a lot of times within that space is the healing by itself. I'm also a believer in like a man should go after a woman. So I don't feel like, and that's just my personal beliefs. So I don't feel like a woman should keep like pressing a man
Until they
like,
threaten to
he'll-
call the
He'll
police.
come. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. I feel like just getting a little personal over there, Roy.
No, you're supposed to chase. You can chase. You can show a person you're interested. But after a certain time, when they say stop, you got like at some point you got to stop.
Yeah,
you know
no,
what I
for
mean?
sure.
Yeah,
If it's not reciprocated, absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Mhm.
And one thing I will say about these guys is I respect the course of each one of these individuals. Truly, I absolutely respect all three of y'all. I know that y'all are really good men. So, thank y'all for being here. Go ahead, Ty. I feel the.
No, I just want to add something that y'all saying, like in terms of understanding how to be there for one another, because that's important. Like a woman ain't all the time have to ponder a man, because like they said, we do get irritated sometimes in that. But if you can just dwell in your femininity enough, right,
Yeah,
to sometimes
exactly.
just take us, lay us on your lap and just rub our head. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even
Aw.
gotta say words, but just your presence and your essence can cultivate us. Like, for instance, just a biblical story with Samson and Delilah. This supposed to have been the strongest man to walk the earth.
Yeah.
Power was in his locks. She was able to subdue him by her femininity. He
Right.
just came out from fighting thousands of men, killing men. But it was just this woman who's delicate that he laid his head in her lap, and she would just stroke his head and just talk to him calmly. And it gave him peace. It gave him rest, to give her a secret that God told him
But he
not
picked
to
the
express
wrong
with
one.
anybody. It was the
He
wrong
picked
woman,
the
but
wrong
it just goes
one.
to show the power in femininity when
Yeah,
it can
for
subdue
sure.
that strong of a man for a purpose. So just keep that in mind, ladies.
Latoya
Mhm.
says, "Big men are teddy bears for real." Agreed. Miss Peavy says that's her love language. Touch. That's her love language. That's actually my love language as well. I love to hold hands. I'm a hugger. All of that good stuff. So powerful. Okay. My podcast, my show. Let's get into it. All right, y'all. So we have a set of cards here. You probably can't see them because they are white. And looking at the lighting, you probably can't see them, but the fellas have agreed. They have agreed to pull the cards, and it's simply just a situational question that's on the cards. I didn't bring my shell bell. My shell bell is if you want to tap out and not answer it, you can just ring the bell and surrender.
Yeah, I remember that.
But nope, didn't bring that because I feel like y'all can answer absolutely every single
Or
one
we can
of
just plead the
these.
fifth.
I was thinking the same
No,
thing,
it's
but
not
you
an
could
option.
cop
Right.
out,
It's
easy
not
cop
an
out.
option.
Right.
Honestly, I feel like y'all can answer all of these.
Right, he
So
he got a show tonight. You know what I mean?
No, man.
let's
Mm.
begin.
Show canceled.
Right, stall him
Show
out.
canceled.
We may not get through all the cards, but that's okay. So let's begin. So, first card, Mr. Roy, would you like to start us off? Shine your light, dating, game
Friend
show,
zone.
friend zone. Let's go.
All right, you're in love with a woman, but she only wants to be your friend. How do you handle the situation?
Excuse my handwriting, by the way.
Yeah, I was I'm glad.
She might as well read that
But,
minds out loud.
Yeah, to be honest with you,
Read it one more time.
okay, so you're in love with a woman, but she only wants to be your friend. How do you handle the situation?
There you go.
For me, I've never had that happen.
Okay.
Um,
I might be a little conceited over
I'm
here.
not
but-
just saying it's like, but I do think it's really hard to have male and female friends when it's two attractive people, because at some point that was an option. But I believe that some female has male friends because that's as far as she let him go, and he's a good person.
Notice
She's a
all
good
of y'all are
person.
my male friends, but keep going.
But that could possibly be because that's only as far as you let one of us go. You never know what
No.
these men would do with the opportunity. Say, hey, let's go get a drink. Hey, let's go do this. Hey, go do that. You probably wouldn't get turned down by a lot of your male friends, believe it or not. So just
They're my
food
brothers.
for thought. Yep.
But
Until they not. But I think it's always somebody that just has more control than the other person, and it's and they just say, hey, this is where we at. It's like people say women know who they want to be with, like within
immediately
who they would, you know.
I always know.
And I think men, we had not saying we'd take anything, but you know,
That's See what happened to Sam.
you gotta have you have to have standards nowadays because it's just not safe.
Right.
You can't just do whatever you want to do with anybody, so you have to have standards. But I think it's just the power lies in one person's hand, and it really just depends on the person. And
yeah.
sometimes you just like, you know what, if this person only wants to be my friend, it's cool because at least I have the pleasure of meeting you, and you have a great
That's
person.
beautiful.
And
And,
if it's as
that's
far
how it
as it go,
should be.
It's just being acceptance. Some people just don't take rejection well. I don't
Right.
take rejection well, but I'm not gonna just all right, don't talk to me no more. Block just because you shot me down. I'm not gonna go that route. It's cool. It's like
Right.
you'll come back around, you're gonna want a shot, and I'm gonna be cool because timing is everything. You may have been interested, but you were in a back and forth relationship.
Right.
You were in the process of healing. You just had a death in the family. You were going through financial issues.
Right.
It could have been anything to put somebody in a friend zone.
Right.
It doesn't have to be a level of interest.
Exactly.
So
That's
I just feel
1000%
like when
true.
you're ready to spin the block, I'm
1000.
gonna remember that. You
Anybody
shot
got
me
time to
down.
spin
Like
the
when
block.
you tried to come back,
Spin the
remember
block,
that
y'all.
you was with that bum and now you want to come holler at me. No, remember that.
I would like to point out the fact that that is actually the reason why I don't feel like women should necessarily shoot their shot. Listen, I'm not opposed to it. I'm not opposed to it, ladies. I know it's 2023. The women are independent, they're shooting their shot and all this and that. However, just like Roy just said, and I believe this with all my heart, a lot of men will take what they can get. So I never want to be in a position that I'm with a man and we're together because I was available to him. I want to be with somebody that truly did the work, put forth the effort to come and get me, and he's happy where he is. So that's just, my thoughts on that. So thank you so much for that, Roy.
Yeah, so
Yes, friend zone. Okay, next one. Looks like I tried to shuffle them up. I don't know, but Derek, what that say? Excuse my writing. Bestie. Yeah. Some of them.
You have a female best friend, you become friends with her fiance and find out he's cheating. Do you tell her?
Oh, have you been in a situation?
no, it's just I don't believe
Is it a
in
man code?
I just don't believe in mixing friends.
Yeah,
I just that's tough.
This
Yeah,
your female best
male or
friend.
female.
Yeah,
my male female best friend. Don't believe
yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I got a female best friend, but
If you see her guy out, you know what I'm saying?
me and him wouldn't be friends. But
But y'all don't have to be friends. But would you tell her,
if I seen him out with somebody,
yeah,
I would have to.
as you
I would have
should?
to.
That's a real friend
Yeah,
right
I
there.
would have to.
If
Ain't
you
no
was
bro
gonna
code.
say no, that was all like
Yeah.
Ain't no
alert
bro code,
alert
you
to
don't
that
know, dude.
female.
Yeah, I don't
Exactly.
know. That's
And
but,
And you're
but see
supposed
on
to
here
be
you said
you're
yeah,
supposed
you-
to be protecting
Yeah.
your female best friend.
Now see on here you was like me and him become friends.
Oh yeah, y'all okay. I did put that on there. But that's just if y'all cordial, you know what I'm saying? You might have some type of loyalty towards him, but that's truly your best friend.
Oh yeah, now her when she had a man, we was cordial, but it was just like, oh, what's going on, man? That's it. Nothing, nothing
just
else.
to make him feel secure in y'all
Yeah,
friendship.
nothing else. It wasn't nothing like me, him hung out or let's go to the game. No.
We got to get Latoya on the show. She said, "Don't get in that. That's not your business. If both of them are your friends, I don't know.
It's seniority at that point.
Yeah,
It's what?
seniority.
No,
Yeah,
but then again, you don't want to start nothing either, because what if that's like what if he got a friend and they just out? I got female friends where I could go out and have a drink with him. And
No,
somebody
you would have
was
to
see-
know.
Somebody
Yeah,
would
yeah,
have to
like,
see
You
if
us.
have to
something
know.
blatant,
They kissing.
Like
it's-
or-
say me and
it's
Lachelle was to go out and have drinks, and if
Which
somebody
we will.
somebody
I
see-
drink a
somebody
glass of
see us
wine.
out, they like, girl, I just saw Roy
Right.
with. You don't notice, it's like
Yeah,
you gotta know
Now
your
you know
man.
that's my
I
brother.
know you around,
Yeah.
so you gotta really know your
It
man.
depending on the intimacy of the moment. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? If it's blatant that it's literally something there,
Yeah,
like then it's
or just
That
don't
was
approach
a
them
good-
negative. Like, hey, girl,
that
I
was
don't
a-
know. You
that
know
was a
what's
good-
going on
that's
with
a
such
good
and
question.
such? It
See?
is.
Yeah, that's a good question. I can't wait to tell my female best friend about that. She gonna be like, she like, you better tell me.
Hey,
She gonna be like, you
Watch
better
the
tell me.
show.
I'm
Watch the
snitching.
show, y'all. Yes,
Exactly.
Lord. All right. Ty the guy. Latoya said, right, Roy.
You want to read this for me? I ain't trying to be up here like Floyd Mayweather
That look like a smiley face.
and,
Right.
and Charlamagne. I ain't trying to. All right. Do you remain friends with the woman you like, but were friends? I don't know what you
Let me see.
like. You didn't
Lord.
kind of boned by what?
Do you remain friends with a woman you liked,
Mm.
but were friend zoned by once you're in a relationship? So you really like this girl, you were interested in her, you wanted to
Mhm.
date her.
Mhm.
She said, no, I think we should just be friends. Eventually you move on and get into a relationship, but you're still friends with this girl that you were attracted to. Do you remain her friend?
It's over.
I like that, Roy. As it should be. But this guy, this guy.
Yeah, I think I think the main problem is she said you liked her
You liked
before.
her, yeah.
Yeah, you liked them before.
That's where it get tricky at because you liked her before.
Right.
Yeah.
In that way.
You still gotta answer it, Ty. Ty the guy.
I'm glad he got that one. Woo, that's a
Yeah, that's tough.
Repeat that question.
Ain't nobody got time. I read
And
the
then-
whole
and then use-
paragraph,
and then use it
Jesus.
in the
I can't
sentence.
read my own writing, Lord. So no, like you really like this young lady,
Mhm.
right? And you ended up in a new relationship, but
Mhm.
you and that young lady became friends.
Right.
Would you remain friends with that young lady, the girl that friend zoned you?
I mean,
Real life situations.
it depends on the extent of our friendship because obviously, you know what I'm saying, if it got to a point where we were interested, we had some type of foundation or stability, right? So even if the shot was shot at that moment, even if it was shot down, you still got a foundation you can, go back on. And I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean because you're in a new relationship, you still interested in that individual. You know what I'm saying?
True.
It can be a whole innocent
Very
situation.
true.
So for me, it's depending on the respect, you know what I'm saying, factor that she's displaying and how I'm feeling. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? If I'm truly over it, then that's that. But if I'm still kind of tired or involved in it some type of way, if I still feel something, then yeah, it's something I have to cut off because it's interfering in something I'm trying to connect with. So
Man of integrity.
it just all depends. It's like a context type situation.
Okay. And I agree with that. If because honestly, most of my male friends, not y'all, but most of my male friends initially they like me, but they don't know me well enough to know that I'm sis, right? I'm gonna get on your nerves. I'm sis. Give it a little bit more time. I'm not really gonna get on their nerves. I might, I don't know. He like, yeah, she will. But I'm sis. So, but then we develop that true brotherly sister relationship. So I absolutely understand, in those cases. And I would hate to lose, my male friends that I consider to be brothers, because of that. So drop a bomb for that. But if you're still interested in the person, have that integrity, break it off, while you're in a relationship. Drop a bomb, Roy.
Especially if you only being friends till you get another shot. It's
Ain't
different.
nobody got time,
different.
Roy.
Just saying. Some people just don't give up. They're like, I
Yeah.
don't want to really be her friend, but I'm gonna stick around because we could go out from either time to time. I still flirt. She knows I don't want to be her friend. She's just firm on what she's telling me.
Yeah.
But she's still entertaining me, knowing I don't want to be her friend.
And
Some
she's in a
men
whole
linger.
relationship.
Some men linger around years
Yeah.
until she get out of a situation, or he'll
Timing.
even go get another situation
Timing
and just
is
be
crazy.
waiting.
Yeah.
And it
It's
might
crazy, but
happen
it's
20
true.
years from now. He
Shout
might
out
be
to
waiting.
Roberta, beautiful model. She said, "Thank you for saying that." So they listening, y'all. They listening. Absolutely. All right, let's get it. Let's get it.
It's back on me.
Yeah, Mr. Roy, Coach
I'm
Roy,
going from
coaching the
bottom next
youth.
time.
What that say on the back?
Phone peeker.
Ooh,
Not
phone
this again.
peeker.
Okay, I'm assuming this is your queen didn't come home last night.
Uh-oh.
Whoa, where did you read this from? She said she fell asleep at her friend's house. She leaves her phone on the table and falls back to sleep. Do you check it?
Do you check it, Roy?
Check this out. I'm going through that phone.
Drop a bomb for Roy.
No, because it's like we've all had experiences, and we've and life is about lessons and experiences. And you see, I'm still reading this card. I'm looking at it again. I'm reading it again.
That's crazy.
And it's like I've heard this on Facebook, Instagram, skits. I've heard this lie so many times.
Yeah.
I went out and I fell asleep at this friend's house. No.
Right.
I don't care how drunk you are. I don't care how wasted you are.
Right.
I don't care what friend it is.
Not to
If
say
you-
that can't happen
It
because
can't happen.
I've
I've done it. I've
yeah.
done it. You've been wasted and you passed
Yeah.
out. It's been there.
Right.
But 9 times out of 10, when you drunk, it's a certain thing you want at the end of the night,
right.
and you know where to go to get it. So you're
Oh.
supposed to be on the destination at 2-3 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Fun should be over. It's time to go
Right.
home to where you're supposed to be. Especially
Right.
if your man doesn't allow you, or your woman doesn't
Right.
allow you. Not necessarily say allowed, but she's gave you that freedom to go out. Wasn't blowing you up. Hey, babe, be safe. Have a good time. Call me if you need me. And you are inconsiderate enough to go somewhere, continue to drink, and fall asleep somewhere where I don't know that you're safe.
Right.
So I'm gonna be worried about you. On top of, I'm gonna be thinking any negative thoughts, whether it depends on where our relationship is, whether there's trust
Right.
there or not. But most of all, I'm gonna be worried about you. So I have to wake up the next morning and then figure out where you at. It's just a whole bunch of unnecessary stuff when you could have just came home.
She was at the studio.
Yeah. Shooting dice. I was shooting dice with that answer. Like, come on. It's like that's a man's lie. A woman should be way more responsible with herself to make sure she got arrangements to get home. Whether I gotta come pick you up, you got an Uber, or your
The friend will make a call.
There
your
you
friend call.
go.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't want it to be no problem because look, she passed out right here. You want to come get her? Or
That's
she
what
can sleep or
Latoya
sleep at home?
said.
That's the route that I would go.
At least
As far
call her
as going
text.
through phones, I think that's the whole point of the question. It's like that's a whole trust issue.
Yeah.
You know, if you go through the phone, you're either gonna find something that you want to get even more angry about, or you're gonna be angry that you didn't find what you wanted to find. It
No.
goes two ways. You don't always find dirt. You sometimes be mad because you didn't find it, and now you're just gonna that anger is just you're gonna feed off.
Or you
'Cause
that.
there's
find
all
something
type of
that
ways
didn't
to
even
hide
relate
it.
it to what you was looking for.
There we
Right.
go. Now it's a whole nother problem. So
Roberta
it's like,
says final destination should always be home. But I love that. Either if they true friends,
Yeah.
then your friend should be texting your partner and just
Yeah.
let them know that you're there.
hey girl, what's his
My phone
number?
died,
Ooh,
y'all.
call them, let them know because I don't want you to. We don't want to have to fix this in the morning. We know,
Mhm.
we know what you got going on. Like especially
Yeah.
if you got somebody there that's waiting on you. Like for most of the time, your girl she know her friends who they dealing with. So
Right.
it's like, hey,
I'm a believer in that.
You
Now,
know?
for me, I'm also going through the phone, but only because I feel like me and my partner are going to be one. Why is it
Yeah.
okay for us to have? And I know everybody is not for this. Tyler guy is not for checking phones or nothing like that. But for me, if we can have one account, if I can fold your drawers,
yeah,
if we're one, then
Yeah.
there shouldn't be no issue with us going
But-
through each other's phones if we want to. But I don't believe you should be with a person
if you
where
have to.
if you have to, if
It-
you're intentively like looking for something.
In all honesty, what are you gonna find anyway?
And I shouldn't find nothing.
And nothing, because it's
Right.
been deleted. If
they own that.
really
If they
own
really
you
own
think they're
that.
gonna leave from where they at
Right.
and come home with
Right.
evidence in their
Phone gonna be
Right.
locked. Phone
So
gonna be
now-
locked probably too.
Yeah, so
Right.
now you create
8 different
No,
ways.
I'm not.
yeah, you creating a habit of
Right.
not going through phones. The trust is obviously not there.
That's
The
true.
negativity, the conversation that y'all have prior after you going in the phone is gonna be nothing but negative and aggressive.
Mhm.
So it's like, what's the point? It's like, just deal with it in your head. Go take a walk,
right.
woosah, and evaluate.
Don't
if
be
you really
with that
wanna be
person if you
person. There
truly.
you go.
Yeah.
Evaluate if you really want to be with that person.
That's good.
Have
That's
a
good stuff,
conversation for
y'all.
understanding. All
Yeah.
conversations should end with understanding. Not a win lose, but it's just hey, what happened?
Yeah.
And I can now get to
I love
choose
that.
to
Ooh, so much
Yeah.
would be avoided.
Yeah.
If we just gain understanding.
understand it. Don't have to
I love
agree with
that.
it. Don't completely have to empathize completely.
Right.
But just understand.
And speak to each other in a calm tone, y'all. And if you don't have that, if you can't get that calm tone,
Walk
just
away.
give it
Yeah.
give it some time. You know what I'm saying?
'Cause
Chill out
angry
for a little
arguments
bit.
are the worst.
Words, pointless. They're absolutely pointless, right? And now you're beginning to react from emotion. And now you got all this stuff that has happened that you wish you could have took back.
Facts.
So
can't.
I'm mad y'all ain't eat these
I'm
cupcakes
taking
up
them.
here. They so cute, y'all.
I'm definitely taking them with though. It's like, we don't want to be on air. You want me on air? Okay, you know what?
Chocolate
Get your-
ain't it?
Yes,
It's
fruit
kinda
tart.
heavy,
There you go.
I gotta look at all these.
Well, you can't be alone.
I
Yeah,
look
go on and get
moves.
y'all.
Y'all
Look,
get
We're
ready.
gonna wrap it up in a
Look, that's the
second.
last look.
You
Y'all
see
trying
this,
to.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead, Derek. Podcast King. Let's
He
go.
finna switch all the way up. Watch this.
Let's go.
I'm finna
Uh-oh.
what?
Shut the front door.
Oh, what?
Go ahead, King.
Took a bite.
Go ahead.
Hey, that was fire though.
Thank you.
Rankings.
Rankings. Can you read it or you need me to?
Rank these in order of importance.
Of
Ooh,
importance.
My God.
Did I forget the?
Oh.
Come on, let's get it, Derek.
Mom, best friend, child, wife.
Yeah, they under the fire today. They under the
ain't
microscope.
complicated.
Oh my God.
He
This
said it's
is-
not complicated. I already know how he's
Hey,
gonna.
hold on.
It's complicated.
I'm gonna
It's an
answer.
average.
Listen, I'm gonna answer it. I'm gonna answer it. Let me answer it. How I'm gonna answer it. Child, wife, mom, best friend.
Okay. Drop a bomb for
That's my opinion.
order of operations.
That's my opinion.
Okay. I feel like that's gonna change. In different seasons. I feel like that's gonna change in different seasons.
Mhm.
Like once you're married and stuff, it's gonna.
We said children. She with the children before the wife. It's children then the wife. I think a lot of mothers might feel the same way. So I kind of
Yeah.
children down.
And if now she my girlfriend, my mama come before my girlfriend, but my wife, that's different.
that's different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I heard this not even a week ago. It says
I like that.
you leave your mom for a woman.
Exactly.
You leave your children gonna leave you
That's in the
for a
Bible.
man or a woman. So who should you put first?
Your wife.
Your wife.
Your wife is first,
Hey,
children second.
You know what? I gotta.
That's crazy.
You know what? I gotta crazy.
Bump them kids.
Hey, I gotta crazy. Listen, I got
It's
something.
been like that.
I'm
with me.
just
They took
kidding,
it care
y'all.
of.
I got something crazy. Now this might be kind of weird though. My older brother, right? He told me something before. He said, "Say you on a boat with your wife and your kid,
Speaking of
and if you on the boat with your wife and your kid, and basically it's like a thing where they both fall in the water, you only can save one. Who do you save?" And he told me,
hard.
this what I'm gonna tell you what he told me. He said he's saving his wife because he's saying he's saying they're gonna make another kid.
Yeah.
I said, no, you can't do that.
gotta
Your
save
wife
your
is gonna hate you.
child.
Your wife is
Yeah.
gonna hate you for saving her and not your kid.
And she an adult.
She's
She
gonna
may be
tell
able
you to
fend for
save
herself.
the child.
Yeah.
She's probably if she's me, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna even allow you to make the decision. I'm gonna like move your arm.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
And
Now that's
sacrifice,
different,
right.
but I'ma always choose my wife.
Right.
That's over everything.
right.
over
That's
any
different.
situation.
Not in that situation.
Even
Oh,
in that
not- oh, no.
situation.
No,
Oh,
not
And in
in
that boat,
situation.
I'm choosing my wife.
Oh, okay, you feel like my brother feel then.
Yeah. I'm
Wow.
choosing my wife.
They talking
Look,
something they could just
check
have
this
another
out.
kid. Ain't nobody got
Both
time.
of them. Both.
It ain't even about just
I'm
kids
just
having
and
another
wife.
kid, but this is who you've invested yourself into, your
But
life,
you're
your
assigned to
essence, your
protect
being.
your child.
Yeah,
Like,
I
I
that's your
understand that, but
I gotta
that's
keep
why I
my
said
kid. I
if
gotta
she
keep my kid.
pushes and she kind of takes control of that
Yeah,
choice,
she's gonna
that's
take
different.
control of that
But I'm going for my
situation.
wife. There ain't no offense
'Cause I wouldn't have
I
no-
kinda feel it.
I wouldn't have no more respect for my wife if she was like, drop.
No, but the love you
That's
have
cool,
for
but you would never be able to question.
no, the love you have for an individual, for a significant other, and the love you have for a child is two different things. It's
Two
crazy.
different.
Absolutely.
The love is
Absolutely.
insane. It's crazy.
I think we
love.
got to
But the-
understand the gist of being one flesh. When you are in that unity of you and your wife,
But-
you are in one flesh. You are one being.
Yeah, but
That's
you know the right woman, right? Even if it wasn't her kid, she's still gonna tell you save the kid. The right woman, even if it was just even if it was just the husband kid and not with her,
Yeah.
she's still gonna say save your kid.
I
Let me
can't
go.
swim, so they everybody be through because I ain't jumping in there to drown.
Ain't
I
no-
can't swim. I can't
Right.
I
swim
can't
either.
swim
it'd be
either.
all
I
three
can't
of
swim
us,
either.
all three of us.
That's gonna be the next topic.
Just
on the
depend
Shine
on
Your Light
God, huh?
podcast,
That was a
learning how to
crazy
swim.
Yeah, that was
Mm-mm.
But you just stay in the boat. Everybody just
Stay in
stay
the
in the
boat.
boat.
Right.
Okay.
Safety in the
Jesus is In the
boat.
boat. It's safety in the boat. Shout out to Peter. All right, tie the guy. We're gonna wrap it up real soon, but let's get a couple more in. What that say? Ooh wee. That's what it say, y'all. Ooh wee, ooh wee.
You dated a woman, met her friends, and realized her best friend is perfect for you. Do you pursue?
Now in this case, you just dated this woman, so
Mhm.
not you were not intimate, but you met her best friends and you realized this one right here is perfect. What do you do?
I mean,
Do
I've
you
always been in
pursue?
that situation anyway.
Ooh, did you just say that? on
No, that's a
air?
fact. But I mean, I found out it was debate
Mm.
between them, you know, more so.
Don't do that.
But there's been a time where
You so funny.
What?
Your reaction.
Oh, I can't.
Go ahead, Ty. It's your facial expression. Go ahead.
Man.
Go ahead, Ty.
this is a difficult place. You know, usually I ain't never really truly here. Because it's so many variables in this. You got the woman you dating, right? And like you said, it's not that long, but you just into it. So
Did
obviously
you have a conversation with her?
I would. I mean, I've done it before.
I
You
feel
know what I'm
like-
saying?
I feel like two adults can.
That
Yeah,
conversation ain't gonna get you nowhere.
It's gonna be a lose-lose.
Yeah,
because she
no,
ain't gonna let
that's the
you talk to that
friend.
friend.
No,
That's
it's over
that's not
with.
gonna
Y'all were
happen.
never
You're gonna lose
in-
both.
But this is
matter.
why like in that process, if I know that I was, you know what I'm saying, on that, like, all right, I connect way more with your friend, woo woo, I'm already building that, you know what I'm saying, while this is kind of still where this is at. So
will have a
I'm already
conversation.
knowing that the friend is on that too before I would even
Right,
present that to
exactly.
you.
Right.
You know what I'm
So you
saying?
gonna
I would
talk to
never
both of them at the same
prematurely,
time?
in a
Let
sense,
me sit y'all down.
in a
That boy
sense,
cold.
it's,
Yeah, ain't he
I said I got to pass. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? We all men. You know what I'm
That is
saying?
so
Like,
much. Tell the
I mean, like she
guy.
said, it's at the beginning though. It ain't like that we've been locked in for this long and then
You
not.
feel the
that's
connection.
different.
You
Right,
feel-
right,
yes,
right.
I
Because sometimes it's
understand. You
undeniable.
is
So
funny,
No, because we
Greg.
all been there.
Right.
Like, how many times have you been somewhere with somebody and they just bring just off of physical attraction? They
Mhm.
just bring like almost love at first sight. You like, whoa.
Were
And I've
you
been in
really
that
be on some
before.
love at first
No,
sight?
no, for real.
I've been in that before though
Because
too.
they have
Yeah,
to, they
yeah.
have to, like, sometimes gotta tell you like that's for you. Go get it.
Yeah.
Like, and you have to go get it. And I've
Man.
been there to where he done told me go. It wasn't like either I'm like borderline schizo or God be talking to me sometimes. He told me to go get it. I would, and sometimes it's like, and it's crazy because like you are a good person and you want to be
Yeah.
respectful and you don't want to be that guy.
Right.
So you would never even shoot that shot. It'd just be a lustful thought, and it'd be like, damn, that
If
could have been
no
your
one
wife.
was
Eventually
ever
though, it's gonna happen.
intimate
I
with
can
each
guarantee you.
other,
Eventually, it's gonna happen,
I
especially
believe-
if it's
listen,
mutual.
I'm
care.
all about. It's not. They're not in a. Those type of women aren't in an elevated status. Okay, they don't
That's
have
cool.
that level of maturity that
That's
that is
cool.
needed.
That don't mean they ain't your friend. All your friends mature.
I would.
That we choose your words
Yes.
wisely. Yeah, you
All
That was a struggle.
All of them. All of my friends
But you-
are very mature.
Hey, but you
Shout
know-
out to them.
You know what though? In our situation, for us picking that, it ain't that difficult. But you know what? If a woman did that to us,
Y'all
it
would
would
feel
extremely
some
hurt.
type
Oh,
of
yeah.
way.
It
I
would
wouldn't.
extremely.
But
I
I,
wouldn't.
just want us to get to a
I
point.
wouldn't. I've
Listen,
been in that. I let my guy, you know, like
I did too.
we
as
we
a-
didn't
at
have
younger.
talks like, hey,
Yeah.
bro, go ahead. You
Yeah.
know, that one.
Oh, my
It's
God.
early.
Tell
Like
me
that
your
one.
friend
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
that one.
I
like,
want us
go
to
ahead.
get to a point of where we're dating with maturity, y'all. We're dating adults. And guess what? That is going to happen if no intimacy was involved. And honestly, with some of these situations, intimacy may have been involved, but for the most part, if there's no intimacy involved, I feel like it's worth a conversation, especially when you're dating and you're dating in a small city such as ours.
Yeah.
Have a conversation, and there should be a lot of people just need to get their egos out of things. If people
That's
can
tough.
get their egos out of things, we could really, you know what I'm saying, grow and do something with ourselves, right? And go to that next level instead of missing out on great opportunities for us.
Now, what
Have
about
a conversation, y'all.
Yeah, what about a situation like this? Like I had a situation where it was a woman that I
That
had,
ain't on the card. No, just kidding. Go ahead.
it was a woman. I
I'm
was
just
going to
kidding.
square quick. It was a woman that I had messed with, and come to find out, she had messed with somebody that I know, like in the past. But she was a good woman, but she just wouldn't work for me. So I tried to introduce her to somebody else. Like
Passerby. Is that called a passerby? I just created that word.
I don't know, but I'm just saying.
passer to the homie?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, like meaning that she like a good woman that she could be wifed up, but I can't because if I wife her up, my friend might be at our wedding.
Introduce that.
My friend
don't introduce her to nobody else. Now, if they meet on their own regard, then that's on them. Like, but did y'all just become friends?
Yeah.
Oh,
And then, but I couldn't mess with her because she messed with somebody that I know in the past. I didn't know.
Well, how did that man feel about it?
What?
How that y'all were intimate previously?
You know, we in Milwaukee. He didn't know. We didn't know until we.
No, but the man that you introduced her to.
He didn't. It didn't bother him because he felt like the person that I know he don't know.
Yeah, they married right now.
Oh, ain't nobody
No,
got
just-
time. Anyway, I'm like, hold on, wait, right. But that speaks maturity, you know. That speaks maturity, especially if y'all just became friends only after that. So yeah, and when you're dating in a small city, you know, everybody looking for their spouses. Everybody needs to stop hating on each other. You know, just because you had them one time, don't mean they're yours forever.
No, if you got nothing bad to say, just don't say nothing.
Amen.
I ain't said nothing bad about anybody I ever dealt with because I think I don't burn bridges. So for the most part, anybody that I've ever talked to, we still good.
I mean, awareness is key, though. It's okay to make people aware of certain things, but to just speak down about a person, I agree with that. No, absolutely. I will never speak down about nobody, but if I need to bring something to the light, I absolutely will. Yeah. As we should, right? It's our responsibility to do that.
Depends on the person.
Depends on the situation.
Some stuff is for them to figure out on their own. I'm not just going. Because you may have changed. Who am I to tell something about your past and you're not that person anymore?
Right.
You know
it depends. I mean? Yeah, that's why I said it depends on the situation.
Not even that serious.
I've been in situations.
He got plenty girls. Like, no, who am I to say?
Yeah, no, nothing like that.
Oh yeah, he's a ladies' man.
But like, if he put his hands on or something like that, then you might want to make them aware of that.
Watch out. He did.
Watch out.
Exactly. That happened to me before too.
Right.
Like, girl, he done pistol whipped.
I've known some men who, if a woman would have said what happened to her, then it wouldn't have happened to the next.
Sense,
so in those situations, yes. But a player situation, you know, you never know. People do change. People not only do they change, but sometimes for me, I feel like a man will be faithful to who he like wants to be with. So last one, tie the guy. Oh wait, is that tie the guy? Yeah, tie the guy. Oh, is it?
Yeah, I had the last one.
No, you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had the last.
Oh, you did.
Oh no, you right.
You right.
Because he just had.
Tie the guy, but it's okay.
I mean, he got it now.
Yeah, good. Well, he got it. What it say?
Babies.
Oh, babies.
All right.
Babies.
A woman has undisciplined children. You really like her, but it's becoming a problem. Do you stick it out?
Example would be no privacy, or what it say?
Talk back. What's that?
Or they talk back. The kids talk back. Don't be looking at my handwriting like that.
That's why I just let her
my
read it.
My teacher complimented me on my handwriting in the 5th grade, and it never changed.
Okay.
And I'm a quick typist. I type everything.
Okay. So
she got babies.
The no privacy thing is tough. I've never really dealt with a person that's had undisciplined children.
Okay.
They've always been, well behaved kids for the most part, because you attract a certain type of woman. I'm not about to attract somebody just letting their kids just run amok.
Never know. You never know, right?
But sometimes too, your presence kind of usher in that order too. So it depends.
Exactly.
It depends how receptive she is. I ain't for to argue with.
No, but nobody. And for one, I'm not. You can't. I don't want to raise anybody else's kids, and it may affect our relationship if I'm telling you how to parent. because I don't want you to be offended just because it works. This works for me and my children. Don't mean that's how you raise your children.
But aren't you looking
Yeah.
at this as someone that could possibly be your
So
wife?
all you can do in a situation like that, all you can do is offer opinions and other options of ways of doing it, but you can't be forceful. Imagine you having a child and another man coming trying to discipline your child. Y'all have to be it has to be a team effort.
Right.
It can't just be like, well, you do it. No, this is your
Right.
child. I can help you do it. We can do this together.
Right.
But I don't want nobody else
To
coming
offer
and
advice.
to
Right.
discipline my children, because I mean, he has a father somewhere.
I think
But-
it's forms of discipline. Like if it's like, I won't put my hands on you, you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
you're not mine. And especially if your father in your life, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's a conversation. I remember my mom, when she was in the middle of getting remarried and stuff, her and my stepdad, they had my dad and my stepdad had a talk, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was like a mutual understanding type thing there. But I wouldn't just normally just react out of that, but I will talk. I'm going to teach. I'm a guy. That's the type of man I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to speak that. Right. And that's it. Like, but if you combative about it, that's what's going to determine my exit, because at the end of the day, there ain't no respect there.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? And
Shouldn't
it
have
has
to
to
touch
be
him.
some type of level of respect.
Because you want to help raise him. He a good kid. He low key
Right.
want to be your best friend. He's
Right.
just as excited to see you
There
every
you
day
go.
Yeah.
as that woman is.
There
Yeah.
you go.
So when it's because more than likely the dad not there if you there.
Right.
So he excited to have a male figure in the house. You might be another role model you don't even know. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Mhm.
There's
But-
so many mixed like families today. And you got to kind of keep that in mind.
Yeah.
If you're dating today, looking for a husband or wife,
Yeah,
you're
it's
probably
tough.
going to
Because you're going to have
Be
to
with
marry that
someone with
kid. You're going to
kids,
have to, when you leave that
Yeah.
relationship, you leave that child. And you find
Yeah.
yourself sitting there like, I didn't just walk away from her. I walked away from a whole person that looked up to me that
Yeah.
I helped
Yeah.
raise. So you have to think about kind of stuff like that. But like I said, it takes the mother to be willing to take your suggestions and let you help raise that child. Because
Right.
if y'all battling about how she raising her kids, that go a problem in y'all relationship right there.
Right.
Right.
But the privacy part, that's tough, because women be like, no, he's woke, or no, this or that. And y'all want to be able to be intimate. Y'all want y'all alone time. And
she
she's
like,
still
he sleeps
catering.
with me every night.
She may be
Yeah, that's
catering to
wild.
a child. And this kid could be between the age of 8 and
Right.
11, 8 and
Yeah.
12, an age to where you should be able to say, hey, I need my privacy.
Right.
And that's
Right.
big, because a lot of people don't know how to give themselves that privacy
Yeah.
to tell their kid, like, hey, I'm going to lock this door.
Right.
And stop coming to my door, because as a man, we have certain needs, and we can get frustrated, seriously frustrated and depressed and angry and everything about and question the whole relationship based on us not being able to have alone time together.
That's true.
We need
Very
that.
true. That's very true. Drop a bomb. Yes. So okay,
Yeah,
we'll
one
do
more,
two
one
more,
more.
and then it's a wrap.
Baby daddy.
Oh,
Baby daddy, baby daddy.
never.
A woman receives
daddy,
child
daddy.
support, but her child is well taken care of. Is it okay to buy nice things for herself?
Nope.
With the child support.
Nope.
My personal
I
opinion,
say,
I feel like it should go
I
to
say,
savings,
I
but-
say nice. I say it's just okay to buy things that's could be for her and the kid, like meaning how like TVs or something where the kid can benefit in the household. Also, they both benefit. Like she might buy a TV or a computer, brand new computer, and they both using the computer, something like that. I respect it.
I feel like that is very common today as well. I do believe if it's not that, or if it's not going to household things, that it should be savings for the child.
Mhm.
But if it is going towards, like you said, household things or things that you
Mm-hmm.
both benefit from, then I absolutely understand that.
Yeah.
So, because I don't think anybody should be taken advantage of, but you can definitely have an account, a savings account for your child.
Yeah.
So, last one. Last one. I knew we wouldn't get through them all, but that's okay, y'all. More to come.
Part two.
There you go. There you go.
Would you take back a cheating spouse if you still loved her and she said it was a mistake? Nope.
He just threw the card
God,
away.
suck.
I didn't let you finish it.
The reason why I put this in here is because so many men bump their heads, whoop, and
I don't even play.
expect
I'm gonna
the
go last with my
woman
answer.
and expect the woman
Yep, that's true.
to bring them back. But y'all are quick to
A
say
woman,
no
yep, a
in that
woman would. A
case.
man can't. We can't take. Like,
Double standard.
yeah, I
No.
mean,
We build
I've never
different.
cheated, nor
Yeah,
would
That's
I.
all. We just
but
build different.
Y'all just build different.
We just build different. We not built the way women are built.
And y'all think
That's
y'all
true.
emotional
Y'all are not.
creatures.
Y'all are just egos.
No,
That's
I mean,
all, which are good and bad.
No, me
Egos are good and
personally,
bad.
I would, because you know it took me for a long time to realize when somebody say
Prideful.
sex is just sex.
It's not.
It's
For
and it's,
women.
yeah, and
It
it's
never
like
is.
it's you'll be surprised how men could go out and you could satisfy a need, but you want to be here. You probably wanted it from this person. You either pushed away or it wasn't available or whatever.
That's a
the case may
desire,
have
not a
been.
need. Go ahead.
It could be a desire. It could be a strong desire, not a
Yeah.
need. But
Yes,
you
not
want
a
it. It's an
need.
urge. It's
Yes.
you know what I'm saying.
Right.
It's something that
Right.
takes a chemical that takes over your body.
Right.
Blood leaves one
And
part
that's
of the
why
body,
we
goes to the
love
other part of the body.
disciplined men.
But
Disciplined
Blame it on
men.
science.
yeah, blame
So
it. Don't blame it on
attractive.
us. It's like blood leaves a certain part of the body and goes to another part.
We'll
And
put
it's
it
like,
back.
Yeah, it
Put
takes
it
a
back.
while, you know.
But if also too, that woman at home taking care of what she got to be taken care of. Like I said, the woman of old, they knew that
It
man
goes
ain't leaving
both
outside
ways.
this house without
Yeah,
that release. Cause
make sure he
and-
get that.
and women don't know when we release, we really don't like to be touched. We ain't even thinking about all that extra stuff.
All
It's
right,
already
this has
out
been
of
a
there.
great
So.
episode of the
Just
Shine
saying.
Your Life podcast. Fellas, is there anything else you wish to add?
Know what you want.
I love that.
you
Identify
want.
it and write it down, ladies and gentlemen. Identify the traits and characteristics that you want in your mate. Write it down. Write the vision down and make it plain. Amen.
And compromise too. You can't have everything you want, but know what you want. It's okay to compromise. You
We'll talk
can't-
more about that
It's
on.
okay.
Notice red flags.
Man.
Ooh, that's good. That's good. You know, and don't just notice them, but like operate accordingly. 'Cause
Oh,
I've
right.
noticed plenty of
Yeah,
red flags.
right
and I was
away.
like,
But you can
and was
tell.
compromising.
You can go on the
Nah.
first date and know, like, yeah, this ain't it.
Yeah.
This ain't it.
Yeah.
And understand the titles before you build towards them, because that's super important.
All right. Drop a bomb for the kings. Okay. For the kings. I really appreciate y'all once again for joining me today, playing my game on the Shine Your Light podcast. Like I said before, if y'all tuned in, I hope y'all enjoyed it. Please, if you agree with anything on the podcast, please share the podcast. And if you're watching again, like I said before, y'all my family. Y'all are my cousins and them. All right. So thank you so much for joining us today on the Shine Your Light podcast. Until next time, we will see you soon. Bye.